All right, what's going on, Soul Travel Live community? Before I go forward, let's do this. Alrighty, that's a blessing there. Give thanks for that. Process. Ooh, just going through these experiences. This experience will be real life, y'all. This how it be when you got twists in your hair. You melanated beautiful black hair. You melanated beautiful black hair. But here's the one last thing. Okay, I say. Cool. I'm just gonna set this up for a brief moment. I'm gonna put this up. I guess I can just put it there. One moment. I like to keep water on me. It's good to have water, you know what I'm saying? Alright, it's good to have water. I'm getting thirsty. Alrighty. So, as I continue forward, I want to welcome my financial, great, wonderful ancestors into this breaking bread session, the Satnam, with you all. It's meditation, healthy meditative state. Give thanks for them personally. Include them into this conversation, into this brief session, and then welcome my elders. They'll be, and also, let me see here, what I got here. Also, let's see, make sure I'm missing nobody else. And then, yeah, just my business ancestors, which are like investor ancestors, diplomatic, and then also my minister ancestors, and then my ancestors who are full of enlightenment, inner enlightenment, and my celestial ancestors. I want to welcome them too, respectfully. Each and every one of them in their highest state. So this Satnam will be about really the importance of investment. I really want to communicate about that respectfully, to the degree of the respectfulness of investment. I'm a big investor, but let me be specific. I don't invest in everything. I want to say that specifically. I don't invest in everything, because everything respectfully don't need to my investment. It don't need my investment into it. And the thing is, you have to understand the backstory to investing is that first thing is that you have to understand yourself. Let's start with that. The first lesson. The first lesson is that you have to understand yourself, because if you don't understand yourself, which goes to your value, so I'm not gonna say put a price on yourself, but if you don't understand your own value to yourself and understand yourself, respectfully, no disrespect, you'll be not necessarily properly in a proper guidance of going in a proper path of investing. So, and I'm not referring to just I'm referring to inner investing. So it's very important. So on this Satnam video, what we're going to give you is some practical, basic, free to the community. But if you want to, say for example, make donations off of this video, off of what you receive, from this video, then by all means, you can properly receive in general what you receive from the video. This would be a lot of a dialogue between just me verbally communicating, but I'll do my best to be properly guide you in a way of understanding of inner enlightenment and soundness. So that's important. So this all led up to the application when I first started investing. Don't even know what year. Let's go back to my notes here, because my notes can actually tell me when it was officially. This is my past calendar book, man. I used to write in heavy. All right, so let's start with this. Um, when it came to investing, these were some basic questions that I was led in my spirit at the time frame to write this down. And the first question was, where are you spending your spirit slash soul, which is the essence of your chi, your life force within you? Where are you spending that in general? And then where are you investing your heart physically and spiritually into? You know, because it includes your heart. Your spirit includes your heart. You know, heart, mind, body, and soul. So, so the next question is, why are you investing your heart physically, spiritually, also spirit, soul, and temple into? Why are you investing your existence into? So when I did my finances yesterday, I went over my finances. I try to work that out at least one time out of the month of some sort. In that sense, one time out of the month. One time out every month, to make sure that I am not going over the term of the budget, and I'm staying in the healthiness of the budget. And how the ancestors come into this motion is they are your first great investors. They're your first great investors besides yourself. But they're going to help you to properly invest into yourself. You know, I'm not going to paint a picture and tell you, oh, let's build Wall Street again, the Black Wall Street. I'm not going to paint a picture of that, because that's not my jurisdiction to be too much communicating that about. Now, there may be essence of correlations of that in reference far as the importance of a community, a gathering, of a collectiveness that we as indigenous melanated tribal black community beings properly be healed. You know, we receive the healing services of that. And the community is not just going to always be all full of financial advisors. There are going to be different advisors, respectfully, in the community. So it's important, going back to that first expression, it's important to know your role in investing. I'm going to say that again. It's important to know your position, what you're going to be transitioning to the position of investing. Because your transitioning of position investing is going to, 9 out of 10, it's going to include what's going on within you and what's going on within you. You know what I'm saying? It's not going to be always for what you see. So it's going to be what's going on within you. So this is how it goes. So I'm looking at my favorite notes in the graph. So when I went over my notes, just to look practically here, big thing is to have a goal. To have a goal, right? To have a big goal. Have a goal and have a goal in your finances. You know, to have a goal in that. And having a goal is also a part of, to help you keep track of your goal, is also to write down, have a composition book. You can use a little small composition book. It's old school technique, but you still can apply it to the present day. And what I wrote down in my goals, my first goal was, you know, to save a percentage, respectfully save a percentage of my finances, whatever I can work within my means. And save a percentage of finance mean that save a percentage of your income, what's coming in. So that percentage can weigh between different range of numbers. You know, you can say, I want to save, for example, I want to save, 20%, or I want to save 30%, 40%. You know, the numbers can keep going up and up and up and up and up and up and up. I won't say there's no limit to it, but it can keep going up and up and up and up. So once you have the basis of that, knowing what you're going to save, and then you know what you can save out of the income you're receiving. So say if you're receiving the basic, you know, $100, whatever, what would you save out of that, you know, out of that 100 in general? So you write that percentage down, what you're going to save out of that 100, then you just put that, whatever you're saving, put it to set it aside. You know, now this is how it works when you have. This is how it works when you have a term, the altar, or your prayer closet. Um, sorry, I smell something like that. So what you can do is you can go ahead and communicate again with your ancestors properly, and you can communicate to your business ancestors, say, hey, I want to save this amount of much specific saving, and that's registered within them. And they say, okay, cool. So that's how much you want to save. So once you tell them how much you want to save, if you're using, for example, modern terms, a card, whatever, you can put your card, your ATM card, whatever, you can set that on your altar. That literally, to be honest, that literally can stay there. The reason why, because it won't be touched, and it's not just up under your supervision, it's also up under their supervision. So now they're monitoring, as vice versa, you're monitoring to know where your finances are going. Same that now, to be present even more, say even using the phone, the app service of Apple Wallet. You know, you can still keep your card at the place, obviously, you know, and keep that card in your system, in your phone system. Again, you keep that card at the altar. You know what I'm saying? So the dangerous thing about the risk of not having a healthy communication with your ancestors and not communicating to them about your finances, because your finances is just important to them as vice versa. Anything, any blessings or gift, whatever they give, you know, it's important to you. So it's a proper communication that will continue to be made. Now, if you're expecting, for example, because what has typically happened within our culture as a black community is that we didn't just immediately get blessed. You know what I'm saying? We didn't respectfully immediately just get release of inheritance. It ain't work like that. And I know right now in the present era, it seems like, oh, if we just ask the ancestors to bless it, we're going to immediately receive it. No, there comes a service before that. And this is something that has to be really revealed. There comes a service before that. You have to have a devoted service. You really got to be devoted. You got to be devoted to the service of serving them. This is not even about on a universal scale to speak as about uniting all of the different indigenous tribes to come together financially and you know, spiritually, whatever. But first we have to properly have a already devoted service within us. And this is something I'm seeing as a pattern with our community. We continue to talk about, okay, we want to be blessed, we want to be, you know, protected, we want to be delivered, we want to be respected, and whatever the case may be, you know. But what I'm starting to slowly see through the crack holes is, and it's good to talk about the pattern before hopefully it don't happen. What I'm starting to see in the patterns a little bit is a repeated cycle, another repeated cycle. Real talk, another repeated cycle. Well, we having a great moment like this, another opening opportunity door moment where we all just like, oh my gosh, this is it, you know, we have a breakthrough now. But then what's not being mentioned, respectfully, is not the services that's including, no disrespect, that's including our ancestors, respectfully, our ancestors. You look at every majority, especially every other tribe that is not indigenous, they are doing services most likely behind closed doors to their guardians or to their ancestors or to, you know, whomever they're doing that to. But I'm not going to speak out of improper context and say that do that service into some higher existences of life that may not be healthy and do services for them. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to promote that specifically. But what I will promote is what I'm going to talk about from what I'm doing, the service I'm given to do, is that from all of us who are in specific positions, we are geared, we are guided and in transitional position to do services of healing. I do not want you to get caught up